There is an awful eyesore in the middle of Magic Kingdom, and now Disney World may be regretting what they've done. The normies, the mainstream, the commentators who don't even cover the parks, suddenly saying after an aerial view goes trending, oh my, this is a viral, very bad view for Disney. Today we'll tell you why the destruction of Frontierland is no fun for Mickey. Howdy, 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 and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel that continues to be just a little bit rowdy in telling the truth every single time, holding the mouse to account. As we dive in, click the like button, and we will get at it with a yippee-ki-yay and a whole lot of fun today, telling you why it looks more like Call of Duty at Magic Kingdom than the most merriest, funnest, happiest place on Earth. Folks, this is what the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World used to look like. For decades, it looked this way. Look at the beautiful, lush greenery. Look at the water. It's so pretty. And look over here at Frontierland. Oh, it's wonderful. And there's another thing about it, too. There's lots and lots and lots. Can I say that a lot? There's a lot of land here. There's tons of land to move into, but Disney decided not to. This is what Magic Kingdom looks like today. Some say it looks like a missile strike. It looks like something you'd see out of Call of Duty. And there's a reason, apparently, there are so many construction walls all over the vacation kingdom of the nation. Even someone such as Grace Randolph at Beyond the Trailer. We love Grace, right? We feature Grace more than usual, which, you know, we usually cover something she says once or twice a year. We love Grace. But we're like twice in a week right now because she weighed in on this. She says, I hope Disney knows what they're doing because that looks awful. Yes, Grace, we agree. That does indeed look awful, especially when you compare it to what was. Now, I know it's a construction zone. I get it, okay? But Wanda's attorney says, going back next year for my honeymoon, and I'm praying it's not this ugly when we're there. It's pretty ugly. Now, folks, what I want to point out to you real quick, using the power and the magic of Google Earth, is that it didn't have to be this way. In fact, there's really no point in it being this way. This was an intentional decision to destroy not only Splash Mountain and change it into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but it was intentional to destroy Tom Sawyer Island, Rivers of America, and redo it without the Americana. Folks, look at the land. I just want to show this to you, okay? This perimeter road out here, you can use all the land out here for all the expansions you need. Now, you do have to take care of a few things over here because you get into some of the pyro launches, okay? But you got all this land over here, but you've also got all this land even beyond the canal. You have this expansion over here with the with Adventureland that you can go into, and frankly, why are they not over there? It's where they should be. Hey, Lilo and Stitch Land, yeah, you should have done it. There's even crazy places you can go, like you can change some things over at the Storybook Circus and have a launch coaster that comes out and goes into a show building all the way over here, south east of the monorail buses. They could have done all kinds of things. They chose to destroy something. This is what they wanted to do. And now, even people like Grace Randolph, who don't pay attention to this, look and say, what in the world? You took out the water, you took out the green, and this does not look great. And people are not excited about what's coming to replace it. I'm just going to tell you, that's the next step in this is, I don't think people are going to be in love with what's coming. They're not excited the way they are when Universal Studios gets ready to build something. They say, oh, I can't wait for the walls to come down. In this case, people are like, you know what? Just leave the walls up. Just leave the walls up. Hey, Wiz, what are your thoughts on now the, I don't want to call Grace a normie, but lots of normies are beginning to catch on to this and say, wait a minute, they did what? They're doing what at my Magic Kingdom?
Yeah, I guess it's kind of a time to be excited because there's been a couple of major things in the entertainment sphere and the theme park sphere where normies are starting to catch on, and I hope they continue to keep catching on. And this is a bad look, and you know, it's one thing for everybody to keep talking about it as we do, but it's another thing to see it with your eyes, and seeing is believing, and seeing the destruction that is happening here. Not building, not additions. It's just purely destruction, the way you phrased it before. It's unsettling because these are things that are beloved, and people love what they're seeing when they go to these parks. It's being robbed away, really for no good reason. And I hope that more normies catch on, and even to some extent, even the pixie dusters are having trouble with marketing, branding, and positioning what's happening here, because it's just not good.
Andy, I don't know if you're a parks guy, but looking at what they've taken away, this is the kind of beauty that you can't replicate, right? This is something that was not to be found anywhere else. What other theme park has the land to have a full-blown river and still has all the land that you can build anything you ever dream of beyond it? They chose to destroy the Americana part of the park and take the water out of a very hot Florida. Andy, I think that Disney is misled in many ways, but this might be one that for decades they're going to feel very badly about.
Well, I think the audience that goes to the park is going to miss. I used to love going through Rivers of America, taking my kids through the Americana of it, going to Tom Sawyer's Island. So the conversation starters are about like the whole Mark Twain book, Huckleberry Finn, and everything would stimulate. And it was a nice break to get away from everything, all the chaos, and it was absolutely gorgeous to look at. And now what are they going to replace it with? Like, I think it's a deliberate attempt on they want to distance themselves, get into a more globalist mindset, like, it's separated less of America, rooting in America and more into something fantasy that doesn't really exist. And it's a shame. It really is something that they're changing the core feeling of what it feels like to go to Walt Disney World.
That's right. They're taking away the authenticity that you could feel. And I know it's a theme park with facades that hide, that the show buildings are behind what, I get it. There's a certain level of plastic that exists in every theme park. But the authenticity of this was, hey, this is something you really can't do anywhere else. This is special. And they're taking the special out. Lou, I know this drives you crazy too. Your thoughts on what they've done
go back to that
Magic
overhead.
Kingdom.
Go to the overhead shot of everything all missing.
Absolutely.
Dead. And everybody just sing along with me. We're looking at the land that we once loved. Looks like it's been bombed from above. Missing the land that we all loved. I tell you, it's...
You could sing They Pay Paradise to put up a dirt track ride.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
But it's just, somebody, look, even if they had a bad excuse, they haven't made any. If somebody came out and said, we know some of you think we should have done this elsewhere and beyond and not taken this out, but here is why we, as the corporate caretakers of the stewards, that's the word I was looking for, this is why we did it. And then you could argue, well, that's a dumb idea, but they haven't even made an excuse. They haven't even made an excuse. It's just,
they did it. And what's crazy about this, we have a source, and boy, I wish I could tell you the name of the source, but we're not going to. But the source says that there was a difference of a few million in what this was going to cost. This was literally the decision that the executives are so callous, they didn't care. They just wanted to destroy it. They just wanted proximity to the next lightning lane thing.
One must assume that a certain amount of anti-Americanism was involved.
One would assume.
There is no other logic to it that is possible based on the behavior of the company over the past many years. It's just that simple.
Wait a minute. Lou, are you telling me that the mountains in Louisiana do not look like the mountain that you see in Tiana's Bayou Adventure?
No, it's funny how they don't, isn't it? And it's funny how you have a plot that says, we can't find any musicians in New Orleans to do a party. Oh my God, what are we going to do? That's what all those years of eating Dookie Chase's food research told them. Thanks for bearing with us to the bare end. Yeah, well, your bare end is showing, you guys.
But that is some wordplay, Lou. My gosh, the genius this man just drops in.
These are the excuses, right?
Right.
Anyway, it's just
The immediacy of your prose. I'm impressed.
well,
with
and I hate to say this, but that person who's planning their honeymoon for next year is wondering if it's going to look like this. Yeah, it's going to look like this. None of this gets fixed within a year or even two.
Yeah, Lauren, a lot of
None
people
of
don't
it.
know this. Lauren, when you come down off of Splash Mountain, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, you see this. There is no wall tall enough to hide it from you. When you go onto Big Thunder Mountain Railroad when it reopens, you're going to see all this. There's no wall tall enough to hide it. Everybody's going to see what looks like a freaking missile strike in Magic Kingdom. It's crazy.
And as bad as that empty land is, it'll be worse when things start to go vertical, because then it'll look like, oh, they're building a new mall.
Oh, yeah. Well, they might be. You never know. Probably bars. Lauren, your thought on just what an eyesore this is, that people are not looking forward to what's going, as Lou said, vertical anytime soon.
Well, when it comes to the visual aspect of it, if they were going to do this, I don't think there's any way to avoid it, because as you said, no wall is going to be tall enough to hide the level of the destruction. But I think the issue here is that if your conception is that this company is led by a bunch of progressives, in their worldview, the past is always worse and we have to move beyond it. And so that is the internal explanation for why they're doing what they're doing. The technical explanation that they're going to give is that water is hard and we don't like maintaining it. So they have a technical explanation that they can trot out if they are pressed on it. But the real issue is
Haven't they been pressed?
What's that?
Haven't they been pressed?
By anybody who can force them to answer? No, they're being pressed by people like us. And so they don't have to answer to us. They can safely ignore us. But if it comes to that, then what you're going to hear is that water features are hard and difficult to maintain and expensive, and nobody is familiar with Mark Twain and Huckleberry Finn anymore, and so we got to get rid of this stuff to make way for the new. That is progressive ideology. That is the way that they view things. It's always marching ever onward to a better future. And that's what they want to embrace. And there's not a little bit of it, I think, that isn't about putting Iger's stamp on the park. This is becoming Iger Land, Iger World. It's not Disney anymore.
Yeah, Lauren, I would say the proof of that is, if you wanted to put something from Cars at Orlando, the last great ride you built is sitting there at DCA. Make another one of those, for God's sakes. Radiator Springs, it's great. It's a great ride. It has everything. Pick it up and copy it. By God, you did that with everything else.
I'm going to say something here. Lauren, I agree with every single thing you said about that assessment. Lou's prose immediacy, just improv was amazing. Lauren, that was beautiful. You nailed it. That's exactly what's going on. The Holly Weirds don't understand how it is we do what we do, bringing you video after video every single day of the utmost highest excellence and quality. But folks, we do it because of you. We appreciate you. You are seen and heard here on the Pro Channel. Make your voices heard, folks, by doing one last thing before we say goodbye for a short time. Consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, and you know what? That notification bell, click it and stick it to the algorithms. Also, drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. And don't forget, folks, we've got even more content on the way. If you'd like to become a member, it's just the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of exclusive content beyond what the public sees, including archival footage of the Pro Show that goes away after just a few days from its public release. Folks, we hope we get the honor of spending time with you again soon, and until then, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.